Om Ekaksharyai Namaha. The first one is her form is Ekara. Here it is different, though look like same. Ek Aksharyai Namaha. She is the form of one Akshara. This Ekakshara, I will read out the Shankara Bhashya first. Ekaksharipihi Ekam Mukhyam Ishwaropadittvena na Ksharatma Atma Gnanena Vina Muktehe na Nashyati Tyaksharam Kutastha Shabda Vachyam Maya Tat Pratibimba Nishka Sarvagnatvadya Adhayaka Visheshanattvena Asya Astiti Ekakshari. This is one meaning. You got some more meanings. I will go with one meaning now. Ekakshari represented by Ishwaropadittvena Pranava. Eka means very important syllable, important akshara. That means Maya. Since Maya is, one cannot destruct the Maya. Maya is something which cannot be destructed. You cannot destruct that. It is indestructible. But it can be destructible only when there is when we realize the Atma Gnana. Till the Atma Gnana is realized, Maya cannot be destroyed. This Maya is the limitation of Ishvara. Ishvara is Brahman. Here Ishvara is to Brahman. Because here you use Ishvara here, I am using here. Maya is the limitation of Brahman. You should know that. Very important. Maya is not the infinite. Maya is limitation. Finite. That means Maya expressed by the word Kutastha Shabda Vachyam Maya Aksharam Kutastha Shabda Vachyam Maya. The word Kutastha expressed by Maya. Ishvara is her reflection in Maya. He is endowed with attributes such as omniscient. He becomes omniscient only through her. Kutastha refers to her reflection in Maya. Brahman is endowed with the attributes as omniscient, Sarvagna. Because of her. So Maya cannot be destroyed unless till this time the Atma Gnana or Atman is realized. Hence, she is Ekakshari. There are some more meanings for Ekakshari. We will take up tomorrow. And what is more important today to understand is Karma Phala. Ekakshari is okay. Ekaksharaye Namaha, Brahman. It's a different issue. We go on as we proceed. Ekakshari, we go that way. At the end of Ka, first round of Ka, 20 namas, we come to a conclusion. It concludes with a statement. All our actions have the result, fruit, granted by her. It is not by destiny. The whole Ka is come there. So our actions can give whatever we want. And the actions are directly depends on the thought. Without thought, there cannot be any action. Ekakshari is single akshara. That's all. So she is in the form of unique Bija mantra, a single syllable Om. For that, even Kathopanishad also says Om is Brahman with attributes, and Om is Brahman without attributes. So, accepted Upanishad. Brahman is both Saguna and Nirguna. I think up to here, yesterday we dealt. Now, further to tell that, we have a reference in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, 12 and 13. This reads, Sarva dvarani samyamya manohrudi nirudhyacha murdhva dhayatmanah pranamastito yoga dharanam is 12. And 13 is Omit ekaksharam brahma vyaharan nama anusmaram yah prayati yajan dehamsa yati paramam gati. This is what is Bhagavad Gita telling same thing, whatever is told here. No. For this 12 and 13, I want to give you the Bhashya of Shankara itself. He tells, explaining these two verses, having closed all the gates, having closed all the gates, having confined mind in the heart. Interesting, yeah? Confining the mind in the heart. Having fixed his life breath in the head. Engage in firm yoga, uttering Brahman with the one syllabled Om, thinking of me. After his depart, leaving the body, he will reach the supreme goal. Look what are the conditions mentioned here. Confining mind in the heart, fixing life and breath in the head, then one should engage in yoga. He further explains, having closed all the avenues of knowledge and having concentrated thought in the lotus of the heart, and with thought thus controlled, one ascends by the nadis, which passes upwards from the heart, and then fixing the life breath in the head, he utters the syllable Om. Leaving the body shows that the mode of departure. The departure takes place by the self. Yes. Departure takes place by the self, leaving the body, but not by the self being destroyed. Here he refers to Ekakshara. We can't stop at that one word. He is the form of Ekakshara. No, we can't stop there. You should understand this. Because Shankara referred this in his Bhashya. that deposit with when you stick on to one syllable, maybe Om, anything, and then further he tells, I will come back to that. She has many ekaksharas, not only Om. That is further told by Shankara. Whether Om or she has the sound form of many single letter aksharas. That's the meaning of it. Ekaksharaye namaha. She is the sound form of many single syllables. One such is Om, other one is Hreem. There are many like that. Okay. When that happens, the thoughts, desires will not take birth. That is the meaning of Ekaksharaye namaha. I told you, apart from Om, she is the sound form of several single syllables. Maybe Hreem, maybe Kleem. So many single syllables. That is the meaning of Ekaksharaye namaha. We cannot simply stop it there. She is the form of single syllable. No. That is the literal meaning of it. When we try to understand what is that Ekakshari, how she is the form of that, then we get all these things.